So what do you think about Jurassic Park? We could talk about it real quick because it's going to be late by the time they see it anyway.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Okay.
Highly entertaining to me.
All right, Jurassic Park. Yes, I liked it. Yes, it was entertaining. All right, let me tell you the things that I liked first. I liked the dinosaurs. I thought they were fantastic. I thought the CGI of them was incredible. The shadowing, how they ran, how they interacted, that was great. I thought the scenery and the shots and the sets, I thought that was wonderful. I thought they did a good job, and especially with this being the 6th film of the franchise, it was as good as I expected it to be. But here's the problem. I didn't expect it to be all that much.
So you went in with low expectations.
Yes, I did.
And that's good.
There was 6 of them?
I loved the storyline, and I loved the action, and I loved the visual effects and the CGI and all that stuff. I loved it. I'm going to say it was probably a better storyline than Top Gun was.
Yes.
Stop it.
It's a better storyline, but here's the problem. It was 2 different movies stuck together in one. It was a kidnapping movie when they kidnapped the girl, and they kidnapped the little raptor, and then Chris Pratt and them had to go find her. And then the other main problem of the movie wasn't even a fucking dinosaur. It was the locust. The 2-foot-long locust. That was the other problem, and that's what the original cast was trying to solve. So it was a kidnapping movie, and then it was a locust movie, and the dinosaurs became like the background noise.
Yeah, I agree with that. But it was still cool. But it was still...
when the dinosaurs were there, yes, it was awesome. They were cool.
Right.
But another big problem I had is they had so many characters and none of them died. There was
I know.
No suspense. Anytime one of the lead characters got into it with a dinosaur, at no point was the one point I did, but for the most part, whenever they were tangling with a dinosaur, it was like, it's going to get close. It's going to nip at them. They're going to get tangled in something, but then they're going to get away.
Right. And I felt the same way. Top Gun did the same thing. They did not kill off one of their main characters, and either did this blockbuster, this summer blockbuster.
Yes.
So now you see Hollywood changing their ways, going from, people dying to now, let's scale it back. They had enough of that. Yes. And now they're not having people die.
It makes it boring.
Yeah, but it was exciting. That movie, it was exciting.
Well,
because it was action. A lot of action, I thought.
It was. I tell you what, another problem I had with it is Chris Pratt sticking his hand out to stop.
Yeah.
Okay, he trained his raptor, okay? He trained that raptor from birth, but he's like in the underground dinosaur market, and these 15-foot fucking dinosaurs are released around him, and he puts his hand out like a crossing guard, like, oh, stop. Oh. And the other dinosaurs are all like, they're like, okay, what do you want to talk about, buddy? I get it. Go ahead. You have an opposable thumb.
So if I can remember correctly, you were the one that was naysaying Top Gun about how unbelievable or non-believable it was that an F-35 64 sink my battleship was an F-14's chasing it, and you're telling me it's believable about training a fucking raptor and a dinosaur?
No, I will concede. I will concede. Okay, you have to watch the movies. They got
giant locusts.
When you raise an animal from birth, I will concede that you can train it. So he had the one raptor he trained from birth.
It's a dinosaur.
But it's a raptor.
Well, it's an animal. It's an
animal.
Not
a dog.
No, it's not. I will concede that.
Not real.
But the fact that he was
plane
able,
is real.
and not just him,
right?
Other characters are able to control dinosaurs just by putting their hand up, and it happened 30 times in the movie. And it was just to me, it got to the point where it's like, this is
so stupid.
Really,
like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I mean, look,
these dinosaurs would rip his friggin' head off in 2 seconds.
Can you train an alligator? No. Then you can't train a dinosaur. I'm sorry.
Yes, you can. There is video of it.
Not to not bite your head off.
Stop. There is a guy in Louisiana who has a wild alligator in a river, and he swims out there and kisses it and pets it and everything. I've seen videos of this guy. It's a real thing. I don't know if you can find it now, but he really goes out there and swims in the river, his local river. And he found this alligator when it was like a juvenile, like 2 foot long and everything. And he's trained it.
I
so
see
yes, there is one. But here's another problem with the movie. The locusts.
I believe that.
The locusts are not a dinosaur. And when they decide to destroy no, they're not. It would have some prehistoric DNA, but it's not a fucking dinosaur. So when they decide that they have to get rid of the locust, because they got to cover up the evidence, instead of like putting gas to kill them, they decide to like set them on fire in the lab. And then these 2 foot locusts are on fire. They're on fire for like 2 minutes, and then they break out of the cell, and then they break out of the fucking building, and then they're flying away as they're still on fire, and they fly for miles and they're still on fire. It's like, no, man, they would die like in 10, 20 seconds, 30 seconds the most.
Right.
They'd be dead.
Wait. Let me ask you.
Very similar to an F-14.
Yes, exactly.
They look like an F-14 to me.
Let me ask you this.
You're really holding on, man. I appreciate the effort, but you're wrong. Okay, my buddy Dom here thinks that Top Gun Maverick is the best movie ever.
That's not what I said.
Better than The Godfathers. Better than Platoon. Better than Fight Club.
I think
better than
Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket.
I think he said better than the first one.
Casablanca.
I think I said better than the. I said better or just as good, if not better than the first.
Yes, I agree with that. Yes.
Now.
Anyway,
getting back
reasons.
to Jurassic Park.
Park. But overall,
let's get back to fantasy.
Overall, it was very entertaining. Overall, it was entertaining, and I did like it. But I don't know if I would ever really look forward to seeing it again.
Okay.
Well, you saw
really?
The first 5.
Right.
So,
I mean,
it's a one and done.
You're going to go to 7. You're going to go see 7.
Right. If it's awesome,
yeah.
if it's really cool, right? You would go see another one in 2 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I saw it in 3D, by the way. That was kind of cool.
Oh, really?
That was pretty cool.
No doubt the CGI and all that stuff is top notch. I mean, I saw the coming attractions for it. It's absolutely cool what they can do these days.
Half of the coming attractions weren't even in the movie. It was weird.
I've heard that though I've heard that about trailers.
But here's the thing. Yes, the dinosaur scenes were cool, but they would introduce a dinosaur. It would have like a 10, 15-second encounter, and then you'd never see that dinosaur again. I wanted to see the dinosaurs more prevalent in the movie. Like again, they were trying to solve a kidnapping, and they were trying to solve the DNA thing of the locusts, and then every now and then they get chased by a dinosaur.
So could this movie have been made without a dinosaur, and then the plot be the kidnapping and the locusts?
Yes.
Probably.
The dinosaurs were really nothing more than just background noise and just inserted action. But
now you think they're going to have a spin-off?
The dinosaurs and the action were fantastic. There just needed to be more dinosaur chases.
I like in the beginning when they did the like the news channel, or like it was this lady starts and she's doing like a documentary of how the dinosaurs 30 years after the first Jurassic Park, how the general public is living with dinosaurs. So you see like a little girl petting one next to like the pond with like a dog, and then you see something running around like in like the street. It's kind of weird, but it was kind of cool the way they did it. I thought.
Interesting.
I thought it was cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it was okay,
30 years,
but I was expecting the dinosaurs to be running around the planet and people having to fight them off and something with the ecosystem and everything. But instead, when the movie picks up, they have already captured like most of the fucking dinosaurs and put them back into a pen. So it's the same movie again, where you're back into a pen, back into like a contained area.
Yep. You have the evil
really
bad guy.
The same characters.
Are
they the same characters from 30 years ago? Like
Newman?
the same actors? I'm sorry.
That's the other thing too. Yeah, they brought him back. They brought
Newman back.
Their names. No,
well,
he got eaten.
No,
that's the other problem with this movie is they have like 3 different bad guys. First, they had that one guy with the black trench coat who kidnapped everybody, but then he gets eaten. And then they bring in the James Bond chick, the Spanish girl with the blonde hair, looked like Princess Leia, and then she gets arrested.
Wait, you said eaten, so I thought. So then somebody died. You just said eaten.
Yeah.
No, but it's a dinosaur movie and nobody died.
No, it wasn't like the main
There's
characters.
Like,
it was
none main characters died. There's like 6 or 7 people that get eaten. Maybe 8 people in the whole movie. I mean, it's a fucking dinosaur movie, and no one's getting eaten by dinosaurs. Like some guy on a moped over there gets eaten. It's like, okay. And
like an extra. The extras get eaten.
Okay.
Now, in the other ones, in the previous ones, a lot of people get eaten.
I mean,
some.
Not the main guys.
The main characters.
I mean, I think I saw the original. I've never seen any of the other ones.
The guy in the toilet on the Porta John died. Remember when it started raining, and then he got the T-Rex. He was kind of like a second character, and then you had Newman died, and he was kind of like a second character, and that was it.
Yeah,
really.
but if you watch those movies, you would know that character's name. Anybody in this movie that they say their name, guaranteed they live. If they say this, unless they're like the bad guy. So like, and there were 3 different bad guys in this movie, and 2 of them got eaten by dinosaurs. The other one, she just gets arrested, and you never hear from her again. It was weird. They kept introducing new bad guys, and they just kept going away.
I do agree with that. It was a long movie. It was 2 hours and like 25 minutes, so they had to make it long.
How was it in 3D?
It was awesome. Like I loved it. I did. I thought it was action. It was action and like exhilarating, and it was like cool graphics, cool visual. So I was like, this thing's awesome. I mean, the storyline was, it's a storyline. It's, it's not believable. There's freaking dinosaurs roaming around Earth, so you got to realize what you're watching. But I enjoyed it, man. It was pretty cool. I did. I liked it a lot.
You guys do a good job at talking about movies. I mean, you do. Yeah. Detailed.
I'll tell you,
it's very good.
Movies. The one part though where I was disappointed by I wasn't disappointed by the dinosaurs much. I mean, most of them were impressive. I tell you, the way they depicted them, they look like real animals really chasing people. But when the Gigadon, the Giganosaurus, so they have this one, it's like the Giganonsaurus. It's the biggest carnivore to ever. It's bigger than the T-Rex and all that shit. So it catches up with them as they're outside this like big, huge metal outpost treehouse thing. And it gives the slowest walk around the car while like 9 people are trying to hide around this one car, and he can't find them. I was watching that. I was like, come on, man. This thing would flip the car. And then in the same scene, they make it up into this metal outpost tree house thing. And then this 30-foot, there you go, buddy. Right in the middle, yeah. Awesome. Right in the middle of the scene, though, the dinosaur breaks through the wall, and his head is so slow moving around that Chris Pratt actually walks up to it with a knife and starts stabbing it in the face to try to fend it off, and it does nothing.
Go Godzilla!
So weird.
So it was not that believable.
It was a good movie. You guys would like it. You would like it. You guys would both like it. I'm telling you.
So out of 5 stars, what would you say out of all? How many are there? 6, 7, 6,
8.
8.
There's 8 Jurassic Parks.
No, there's 6. There's 3 Jurassic Park movies and 3 Jurassic World movies. So
that's right. I remember that.
6.
Yep.
Essentially 6.
Okay.
So are you
out of 5 stars?
Yeah.
3.
Yeah. Out of 5 stars or 10?
3, a little bit more.
Out of 5, I'll give it a
5
3
stars.
out of 5.
3 out of 5.
I would
you
give
gave Top Gun 3.5.
I gave Top Gun 3.
I'm going to give this a 4.4. 4.1.
That good of a movie.
4.1. I like
generous.
it. I enjoyed it.
What are you doing? A pizza review?
4.1.
You enjoyed it?
I liked it. It was good.
Entertainment, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was fun to watch. Like I said, the dinosaur scenes were cool, and the visuals were awesome and everything, but it was just weird with the locusts being one of the main characters and the kidnapping being one of the main
Let me ask you this. Were the locusts regular-sized locusts, or were they dinosaur-sized locusts?
Giant.
They didn't look
were like 2-foot long, engineered. Here's the thing: this company Biosyn is the one that's collecting all the dinosaurs. So they secretly made these locusts using dinosaur DNA to enhance them. And then these locusts go out and they eat all the crops of all the planet except for the crops that are planted with Biosyn. Which is so weird. Like it goes from field to field, just eating crops. But anything planted by this one company, they don't touch those crops.
Right. So
I was like, all right, we know.
Very similar to Monsanto.
Something,
right?
Yeah.
Exactly like that. Yep. exactly.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, so these locusts are like 2 feet long, 2.5 feet long, these big, huge, giant things.
And that lady there, they had to go in and get the blood, so they had evidence of the DNA from the locust blood. So that's like half the plot was them trying to get the locust blood.
Yeah, the original cast members that came back and none of them died
Right.
had to go and figure out the locust thing, while the new cast members, none of them died, had to go and save the kidnapped girl, and all the new members that got introduced, like the pilot and everything, none of them died.
Nobody died.
So it was a multi-plot. So it had a few different plots to it.
Yeah, but it didn't seem like they worked well together. It was like jumping from one to jump and jump and jump and jump.
What was the runtime on this thing?
I don't know, like
2 hours,
225, yeah, something like that.
Wow. Okay, so they kind of jumbled it all in. She still looks good. Laura Dern, I guess, still looks pretty good for her age. Oh, there's a stop. Hey, how you doing?
The original.
Yeah. Now, I got to say it's obviously all CGI. Were you more impressed with this CGI, or when it first came out, because it was like brand new and this is like the realest dinosaur you've ever seen at that point?
You talking about now, or are you talking about the first movie?
I'm talking about your opinion. Where are you more wowed now with this CGI, with the advancements, or were you more wowed when you first saw the first Jurassic Park with that CGI, even though it's less inferior, but because it was like the first time we've seen dinosaurs like that?
I was more impressed with the first movie, because the first movie actually had some suspenseful parts, and the dinosaurs, they looked, now, yes, they look even more real, but they looked pretty good in the first movie, and you actually thought people were going to get eaten and people were going to die, and some people did. Like there was one scene in this movie where the chick, she ejects from this airplane that's going down. It gets attacked by a pterodactyl, which is an awesome scene, but again, it happens too quick. The thing comes in, rips the top of it off, and then flies away. And I would have liked to see more of it. But then the chick ejects out, and then Chris Pratt and the pilot, they go down with the plane. Now, okay, first of all, the plane, they crash nose first into a frozen lake, and the plane is half stuck in the ice and half not, and they just climb out like nothing
happened. They
don't have a scratch on. They came 500 miles an hour to a dead stop
and walked right out.
Not a bruise,
not a scratch,
no denting, nothing.
And then they had to fight against the dinosaur on ice that was flying around. Could have ate him in a second and never ate him.
Yep, that's the other thing. These dinosaurs, when they were chasing them on the rooftops in Malta, they are escaping these terror-killing murder machines, and they can run away from them. That's why some of them, I'm like, come on, man, it would catch them and just rip them apart.
Okay, we're tearing them apart because it's Hollywood. They have to make it a stupid.
Yeah,
story,
no, you're right. You're right. It's
they have to stretch it a little bit, but still, it was too much stretching in too many spots.
Right,
more people needed to die.
I'm sensing Jurassic Park is very similar to the Fast and Furious franchise.
Yes. Right. The over the top action
what do they
where
call
no
that?
one gets hurt.
Right.
Yeah, they call it the what is it? I don't know. A whole group of them.
The franchise.
Franchise. Yeah. So it's very similar to the
I agree with that.
Fast 5.
I agree with that.
Fast 7.
I am looking forward to seeing Avatar 2 in 3D again.
Yes.
I saw the first one in 3D, IMAX 3D. It was awesome.
I saw it in 3D. I loved it.
JP didn't like it? I loved it. That brought movies to the next level to me.
No, I never saw it. There's no interest whatsoever for me to watch that movie. Not at all.
Kids made me.
It was cool just to see the characters and the image and how they shot everything. That made it cool. But
I liked it. Yeah, I thought it was cool, and I'm looking forward to 2. 2 is going to be probably better than that as far as their CGI stuff and their 3D stuff. It got better than whatever. How many years ago did the first one come out?
2009-ish?
10 already?
Yeah, 10.
So
what's next?
Crazy.
What's the next movie?
Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible.
Yep.
Now
Black Adam is coming out.
Mission Impossible is not until next year.
Oh, really? That's the modern day James Bond.
Yeah,
I really believe in that.
I accept that.
Right?
Well, I think isn't James Bond coming out with another movie? No Time to Die.
Is it? Well, who's James Bond? I don't think
James
Daniel
Bond
Craig.
Same guy, Daniel Craig.
Oh,
the guy I think is coming out with one, No Time to Die. So isn't James Bond James Bond?
well,
No, that shit came out a long time ago, dude.
no, I see, but
Did it?
But I think,
No Time to Die.
but the modern day James Bond, I think is.
Wait, no, it didn't come out.
Yeah,
Tom
No
Cruise.
Time to Die is coming out soon.
No Time to Die.
We saw a bunch of coming attractions that looked pretty good.
Yeah.
The Elvis story looked pretty
That
good.
does look
Yeah,
good.
I will
Elvis.
say, Tom Hanks looks incredibly large in that one, and very
Yeah,
I don't
how much
think-
different
the
do they make
character
them?
he plays.
But I
Well,
think
big
that's,
time.
that's movie magic and all
Yeah.
the plastic prosthetics and everything.
Still cool how they make them look that bad.
I love Elvis.
I
Have
don't
you guys
think-
ever been to? Have you ever been to Graceland?
I
have not.
drove by it when I was in Mississippi for a job. I saw. I'm like, okay, it's an average size looking house, and across the street he had two airplanes, a Lisa Marie and like another one that I guess you could visit. It looked pretty interesting. It's a nice.
Yeah, I spent like 2 days there. Me and my sisters took my mom there probably like 8-10 years ago. 'Cause she was a huge Elvis fan, and it was pretty cool, man. His house. The house tour, he got it like in the 50s, so back then it was like a mega mansion. Now it's just a big house.
Yeah.
Didn't he have a gold toit?
I don't know. You weren't allowed upstairs, but even when Elvis was alive, he wouldn't. Upstairs was like his sanctuary. Only like family members and like 3 other people were allowed upstairs. But yeah, he had 2 jets.
Cocaine accessories.
He had a
2
whole
jets,
bunch of cars.
Yeah. Oh, they were still there.
Graceland is pretty cool.
Elvis
There was
the
a bunch
man.
of cars there, but they even told stories how like Elvis would get a car, he would drive it around for like 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks and get bored with it, just pull into like the downtown area, just see somebody standing there without a car and just throw him the keys and go, here, this is yours, and then go buy another one.
Elvis.
He was a cool guy.
He was a cool guy. He did his comeback. You ever see the comeback thing in 1969 where he wore all black leather? He looked cool as fuck. So he did his 50s thing. He was hit. Then he kind of went away and did those Hawaiian movies. And then he wanted to do a comeback, and he came back looking fucking sharp as fuck. Elvis 69.
Rock and roll. Yeah, he did the.
Was that
the stage
Vegas
was
thing?
in the center of the room, and he was surrounded by fans. That was pretty cool. It was like an acoustic set.
This is where he looked probably his coolest, and he did a bunch. It was like a unplugged almost. It was like an unplugged, like the first unplugged.
Post Vegas?
This is pre-Vegas. This is pre-Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah, Vegas
he was
was
still
all
in great shape.
sequence
68.
jumpsuits and capes,
Yeah.
10 years later,
All
this
the
guy's
belly.
dead and bloated.
big karate kicks.
Yeah.
Dead and bloated.
And he was only 40.
Oh.
He was what, 45 when he died? 44?
Damn. It's our age.
Right?
something
When did he
like that.
die? 77?
age?
78? 79?
Yeah. And then Elvis 77, bloated Elvis.
Yeah.
I didn't know much about Elvis. I didn't.
Very, very.
Cocaine will do that
That's
to
the
you.
plane.
Yep.
Lisa Marie. I think
I
that was
can't
the
see
plane
it.
that's
We can't see it.
that was the.
Can't see it.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Sure.
son of a bitch.
Talking
I'm
to
an
yourself.
idiot. I'm sitting talking to myself. I'm like an asshole.
Yeah, his museum was pretty cool. They had a bunch of his awards and all his like platinum records and.
This is him right here, looking all fucking
Young
thin,
Elvis.
healthy. This is 68 right here.
Young
Yeah, that's
Elvis.
when the ladies went.
Oh,
ballistic.
they went.
Yeah.
gaga.
Yes, I have seen that. I have seen
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was his big thing.
Yeah.
Did a
And,
great job.
really?
He did a great job making his music and having
Yeah.
his brand. He killed it.
And then, something happened and, he got hooked on drugs and whatnot. And motherfucker.
Rock and roll,
We're caught
baby.
in
He
a
got too
trap.
big. He made too much
Rocking
money.
and
too
rolling.
big, and he became a legend. And legends die.
Yup.
Thank
That's it. All right, guys.
Yeah.
you for coming, everybody.